So the vote was locked at 14 each, and then John Pesutto, having already voted, presumably against Moira Deeming,
in the secret ballot,
then got to vote a second time to decide the matter.
He did, and so it's my understanding, speaking to sources, that he got up after the secretary read out the 14-all vote. He then said that he would try and contact, or at least try and represent the views of two Liberal MPs that were away, Cindy McLeish and Nick McGowan.
Doesn't he have a massive conflict of interest here?
Well, he has already voted. This is the point. Like, he's already had one say, and now he's saying, I'm using my casting vote to vote the way that Cindy McLeish might have, because I'm confident she would have voted against it. How do you know that? I mean, she's in northern Finland at the moment. Nick McGowan, somewhere halfway between here and Timbuktu. He probably didn't want to be here for this sort of drama. And this is what Liberal MPs don't want to be focused on. They want to be focused on attacking the Allen Labor government. And, you know, it's been quite a week where they've had a reshuffle themselves, and they're simply looking inwards and talking about themselves.
Well, John Pesutto's leadership is now somewhere between here and Timbuktu.
Probably.
Does he survive the summer?
I think he survives the Christmas period. I think the MPs will go away. They'll have a think about this in the new year. Today was purely about Moira Deeming. There was an opportunity, though. All 28 of the 30 MPs were in the room, and they could have called a leadership spill after John Pesutto casted the deciding vote. I think he just had everyone's hands in their mouths going, wow, you actually did that. None of them just thought it beyond themselves to go the extra step and test John Pesutto's leadership. It's tenuous. Speaking with a number of MPs, and generally, James, as you know, they do this off camera. They don't want to stick their necks out too much. But they will say it's only a matter of time before they look at rolling his leadership. So his grip on the leadership is just absolutely tenuous at the moment.
What's the future for Moira Deeming?
She will continue to fight for women's-based rights. She'll continue to sit in the upper house of Victorian Parliament. She may even vote against the Liberals, as we've seen on a number of issues. And she probably won't stop in trying to force her colleague, not force, maybe just encourage her colleagues to bring up the issue of her admittance into the party room. The other thing too, James, she's still a Liberal member. So she can still go to branch meetings, she can still go to State Council and have a say there. And the membership, the base, is white hot with anger over this, because they're the ones, the volunteers, the Blue Army that John Pesutto needs on the booths to try and win vital state by-elections like Prahran and Werribee, which is coming up. And if they're disenfranchised, then that's a big issue that John Pesutto and his leadership will have.
It's been said to me that the Labor Party is so bad, even a dead dog could beat the Victorian Labor Party. But what if the Liberal Party are worse than a dead dog?
Well, I think you could almost argue the same thing for both sides. The pox on both houses at the moment. And, I mean, the Labor government is purely getting by on the fact that it's 2 years to a state election. The Liberals are up in the polls at the moment, but wait till you see the next poll after this whole affair. Now, it's funny, some say to me that a lot of voters don't care about the Moira Deeming issue, they don't care about whether she should be in or out of the party, but it's more an integrity piece, right? It's more about John Pesutto as a leader. Would he treat issues of integrity or issues like this as Premier if he was to be elected? And that's the sort of image you're projecting when there's a chaotic sort of day that we've seen up at Spring Street today. I mean, it's an absolute mess, and that's how MPs will be going into Christmas thinking, how do you resolve this?
You're absolutely right. It's not just about Moira Deeming. It's about judgment. It's about humility. It's about leadership. It's about integrity. All of those things. Integrity, indeed. Simon Love, thanks for your time.
Good to have you in Melbourne, James.